I tell the truth. I had to get a lawyer. I had to go to court. I had to defend myself. And after I won, now what? You still don't believe it. This is me. So please accept me for who I am. And please accept me for what I do. I'm just doing.
All I know is my father was arrested for $37,000. I heard it was more than that, but money that was undeclared. And in a country like Honduras, you know, a very poor country where it could be corruption, it could be anything going on. So I wouldn't rule out anything, but I don't want to make any assumptions because I don't know. The only one who knows is SEBI and our friend Pablo, who's arrested with SEBI, who we haven't heard from yet. So until Pablo gets out and, you know, we get the story from him or what's going on, then we can get the real truth about what happened and, you know, the situation at hand.
If it was foul play, it'll come to the light. But us just speculating, let's just keep it on a positive note. Because my grandpa have done something incredible.
In the old days, in the tribal days, they used to call him the medicine man. Medicine man is a human being that in the tribe took care of all physical ailments.
I lost more than just a father. I lost a friend, a humanitarian, innovator, a genius, a scientist.
When I met him, you don't only meet the man, you meet his spirit. And he was a true medicine man in terms of the ancient cures of things. He studied the herbal remedies and the medicines of the ancients and paid attention and really was a genius in terms of being able to give people things that were very healing.
You would hear him say, it's not about me. It's about us. It's about us and getting our understanding together about these plants that are around us that we've always used. We spend, I was telling my wife, we spend a lot of money on drugs. And yet, this is the same society that say no to drugs. Man, if we all said no to drugs, this place would change overnight. Overnight.
Your brother stands before you today, and you say, Dr. Sebi cure AIDS. You don't say, the black race cure AIDS. You just single me out. I'm you no longer. But when the Chinese explode their bomb, they didn't say one man, they said the people, right? The Chinese people. And when they talk about the Russian going to the moon, they say the Russian people. And when the Japanese were doing research with AIDS, they say the Japanese people are doing research. But when your brother, Dr. Sebi, cure AIDS, you say he cure AIDS, not that we cure AIDS. That is how sick we are.
So he had to prove it in the court of law. If he had not proved it in the court of law, no, our products wouldn't be in existence as we speak.
Robert Abrams, the Attorney General, and his assistant, Phyllis Beth, launched a indictment against Alfredo Bowman, who is also known as Dr. Sebi, Annette Louise Thomas, who I am, and Ma'a Bowman. So it was the state of New York versus the three of us. Like he said, I'll just use his word. He dangled the carrot because he wanted them to bite it, because he wanted them to arrest him so that he could have the venue of the Supreme Court of New York to say what he had to say for himself and for our people. And he did it.
I was always strange. But in my strange world, there is consistency and there is logic. And there is love.
And he was purposely disobedient. And without his disobedience, many of us who were assisted by his remedies would not be here today.
He became, I say, universal, where he just didn't want to heal just one group of people. He became international. He said, if you're going to be a healer, it starts with our community, with the African biomineral balance, but it didn't end there.
the division between black and white is so sharp and should not be. It should never be.
So seeing that, it gave me insight, and it gave me the view of who he was as a person, as a man, as a humanitarian.
We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be afraid. If SEBI, who was arrested a day before I'm supposed to testify in the courts of the United States, downtown Brooklyn, Supreme Court, the Attorney General sent a message to me and said, if I take a misdemeanor, that he would drop all charges. What was he saying to you? Not to me, but to you. He didn't give a damn about you. If I had done that, you wouldn't hear my mouth today. I said, no, this is fisticuff, lose, win or lose. Because my people are at stake, my race, my step, my being, my family.
After going through all that, why would he stop? He went through that so he could continue successfully, knowing the fact that now, after being tested, our compounds tested in Lancaster laboratory, proving that our herbs was actually a cell food and not a drug or any type of chemical, that it is a cell food and it could be used as a cell food, not a medicine.
I don't know exactly how they crossed, but when Left Eye came to my grandfather, I was about 16 years old. Doing that cleansing, she wanted everybody. She wanted to change hip hop.
When she came, she didn't just come by herself. She had like a female entourage. Yeah. So when she came, she would like get the tonics for herself and all of the young ladies, all at the same time.
Michael Jackson, came on board, started taking the products. My grandfather worked for him for about 6 months. LL Cool J, MC Lyte, Common came aboard and took the product as well. Erykah Badu. It's a lot of, the list goes on.
I think he should have got a great more recognition than he got. He was blunt in speech, so he didn't kiss much butt. And he jumped out of his box all the time. And when he was attacked, he didn't just get angry and debate. He had research and facts and historical documentation.
He did a great thing by opening up our eyes and letting us know, no, we believe in a lie. We can cure ourselves. We don't need anybody to cure us. There's not an animal on this planet that goes, have you seen a squirrel hospital? I have not seen a squirrel hospital. I have not seen an elephant hospital. I don't see none, but they all healthy. They get sick only when we bring them into our presence and start feeding them.
He was a humanitarian on every aspect, if he got the notoriety from it or not. I always told him he was a humanitarian, and he never received any Nobel Peace Prize or any BET awards, or never got an Image Award from us, as an African American.
My grandpa went to everybody, and everybody slammed the door in his face, said he was lying, but it was in the Supreme Court justice. BET never recognized him never got an award, NAACP award, anything. My grandpa's never had any recognition for his legacy, and all he wanted to do was heal the world and save the world and, provide our country and our society with the proper information that everybody else is giving their people.
If they help me, fine. If they don't help me, still fine. I don't know. Donation. That's on you. That's on the black populace. That's not on us. We did our job.
But it was coming from a black man, so I feel like we didn't believe.
Like my father would say, he would say, Abdul, don't worry about that. Only thing we have to worry about is healing and people who are sick. So that's all we're going to concentrate on and forget the rest.
Because the herbs have helped me to understand, to be somewhat patient. The herb teaches that. You see, the herb shows me that when people goes to sleep,
Sap wakes up a little bit earlier than the others. That's natural.